Hey there everybody, welcome back to the 4-String Strummer, the channel. It's all about ukuleles. Today we're going to be working on some bluegrass strumming. I'm going to be using my Banjo Ukulele, but you of course can use whatever kind of ukulele you've got. Just get it into tune and away we go. Alright, so when we talk about the bluegrass sound on a ukulele, again, I'm using a banjo ukulele because that does enhance the sound, but you can certainly get this same sort of a sound out of a standard style ukulele as well. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go through the strumming today, a bluegrass strum, and we're also going to go through how seventh chords can really add to the old time and bluegrass sort of a sound. The song that we're going to use today is called the Crawdad song. I'll just play a verse through on it just to give you an idea of both what the song sounds like and also what the strumming sounds like, and you can listen for how these sevenths that I'm going to be doing are going to contribute to the sound as well. All right, here we go with that. You get a line now, get a pole, honey. You get a line now, get a pole, babe. You get a line now, get a pole. We'll go down to the crawdad hole, honey, baby, man. Now, as we always do on this channel, we try to include everybody. So if you're just getting started, folks, don't worry about it. This is basically a 3-chord song. You can play this entire song through with just the 3 chords, C, F, and G7. All right? And here's how the chords line up. So it starts off, you get a line and I'll get a pole, honey. You get a line and I'll get a pole. So you go from C to G7, babe. Back to C. You get a line and I'll get a pole. Up to F. We'll go down to the crawdad hole. Back to C. Honey, G7. Mine, back to C. Okay, so those are the basic chords. Later on, we'll talk a little bit about adding in the sevenths, but those are the basic chords. Now, let's take a look at the strumming. All right, so for a basic version of strumming, again, you're just getting started out, is the paintbrush strum. So folks, if you've been here before, you know about paintbrush strum and you know about sledgehammer strum, just skip ahead. I'll put a timestamp here where we're going to get into just the bluegrass strum part. But for those of you that are new to the channel or new to this style of strumming, here's how it goes. Paintbrush, I call it paintbrush because it's 2 parts, paint and brush. So you hit it with your thumb, hit the top string here with your thumb, you brush the rest of the strings through with your finger. You can use one finger, you can use the first 2 fingers, whatever you like. Up to you. Paint, brush, paint, brush, paint, brush. So the words give you the timing. Both parts of the strum have an equal value. Okay? You get a line and I'll get a pole, honey. You get a line and I'll get a pole, babe. You get a line and I'll get a pole. We'll go down to the crawdad hole, honey, baby mine. Okay, so if you're at that level, play it through with that strum all the way through. Later on, we're going to do a full playthrough of the song, and you can play it through like that. Feel free to slow the video down. There's a little thing in the settings, thing that looks like a gear in one of the corners of the screen. Touch on that, and then you can put playback speed back to 75% or whatever it is you need to keep up with the speed of the song. All right, now you can also do what we call sledgehammer. So we got paintbrush. So once you get that down, then you can go on to our sledgehammer strum. And sledgehammer is just a little extension of paintbrush. And you're just adding your thumb when you come back up. So instead of just paintbrush, you're going sledgehammer, sledgehammer. So I'm flicking that first string with my thumb as I come back up. So the thumb basically hits the top string and it hits the bottom string like that. Okay, so it's thumb, brush, up. Paintbrush, sledgehammer, sledgehammer. So you want to practice that up, okay? And throughout the song, if you want to play it with just one or the other of these strums, it's fine. Or you can mix and match them and throw in a little sledgehammer every once in a while just to break up the sound of the strumming, okay? So I'll just play it through a little bit and give you an idea what this one sounds like. You get a line, I'll get a pole, honey. You get a line, I'll get a pole, babe. You get a line, I'll get a pole. We'll go down to the crawdad hole, honey, baby mine. All right, so that sounds pretty good too. And again, if you want to switch from the paintbrush to the sledgehammer and mix and match them, that works very well also. All right, let's get into some bluegrass strumming now. All right, so for our bluegrass strum, basically what we're going to do is we're going to start off with the paintbrush strum. So if you got paintbrush down, you're a good chunk of the way on this strum. So paintbrush is again just your thumb and brush your fingers down. Now, the second part of the bluegrass strum is what I call a double strum. Double strum is just down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So the way to think about it again is your thumb plucks that top string, and then your finger plucks the bottom string. Then your finger goes back down, basically brushes all the strings, and then your thumb comes back up and hits the bottom string. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So it's kind of like you do like a L kind of thing or a kind of a deal, and you're flicking your finger kind of like that when it comes back down. And one finger or thumb or whatever you want to call it sets up the next one. So your thumb comes down, your finger's already pointing down, so it comes up, your finger's ready to go back down, it brushes, your thumb is there, it's ready to come back up. Okay? So practice this through. What I would suggest, if you don't have this down, you can just mute your strings like that and get this double strum down. Just play it over and over and over until you get this. Okay? Like I would suggest like stopping the video now and just sit here and okay? Because once you get this, double strum will come really quickly. All right? Stop the video right now. You. Okay, we're back. Okay, now, so you've got paintbrush and double strum. Okay, double strum, and now what we're going to do is we're going to put paintbrush and we're going to put double strum together, and this is what it sounds like. Paintbrush, double strum, and paintbrush, double strum, and paintbrush, double strum. Okay, try it along with me. Double strum and paintbrush, double strum. Down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down. Okay, practice that through, and then you're going to just want to work on working up your speed a little bit, okay? And as fast as you can get it going, don't overdo it. You're better to learn it slowly and get it down so that it's correct, and then slowly work up your speed on it. All right? Okay. Now let's look at some more chords. So let's start dropping in some of these seventh chords and how that works together with our bluegrass drum in order to enhance the sound even more. All right? Here we go. All right, so seventh chords are always kind of cool. And when I think about seventh chords, really, the way I kind of look at it is seventh chords are almost like you're walking along and you trip, or somebody pulls you off balance. So now you're kind of falling, okay? That's the seventh chord, okay? When you've got a nice firm bass and you're able to stand there, that's your regular chord, and then somebody gives you a yank and you kind of go off balance. That's your seventh chord. That time when you're off balance is the seventh chord. you're not going to want to stay like that, is the way that I think about it, okay? And you know that you're going to need to put your feet back down in a firm place again. That's when you go back to your regular chord. And what it does, the seventh chord kind of always leads someplace, all right? So again, you don't want to feel like you're falling or like you're off balance. You want to put your feet back down again, okay? So sevenths, you don't usually keep going on a seventh chord, okay, if you know what I'm saying. So just listen and you'll hear what I mean. You get a line and I'll get a pole, honey. You get a line. I'm going to go to G. Yeah, I'll get a pole, babe. Then I go to G7. It's got to go somewhere, right? This is the part where you're kind of off balance, and it's got that sort of cranky, kind of off sort of a sound to it. And then you go back to the C. You get a line, go to C7. I'll get a pole. F. We'll go down to the crawdad hole. You got to embrace that twangy kind of sound. And then it's got to go someplace, right? You got to get back on your feet again, back to a full regular chord C. And G7, back to C. So I'll just play it through now. Just listen. So you hear the difference, right? Versus just playing with the regular three chords. It really adds a lot to the sound. So let's start sneaking those in as well. Now, one more little thing that you can do here if you really want to get that ringing sort of sound, that banjo-y kind of drony background sound, is you can do a little bit of chord bouncing. So let me show you how I do that as well, okay? Here we go. All right, chord bouncing. So you probably noticed here what I'm doing. You see my finger going up and down like this, okay? So as part of the strum, what I'm doing, if you've got this bluegrass strum down and you want to take it even an extra notch up, what I'm doing is, so you've got paintbrush, double strum, and paintbrush, double strum, okay? So what I do is I keep my finger down here just for the paintbrush. Paintbrush, then I lift it. Double strum, and paintbrush, I drop it back down. When I'm doing double strum, I lift it up. Drop it back down for paintbrush. Now I'll do it at speed and you'll see what I'm doing here. Okay, and that also adds that really cool sort of ringing, bouncing kind of a sound to the song. All right, what do you think? Let's play it through. All right, so now you got your chord bouncing going on here. Let's also take a little look at another technique which is going to pull out the actual melody of the song, okay? This is just sort of like a chord melody kind of a thing. I'll play it through for you, then I'll show you how I do it. All right, here we go. All right, let me show you how I do that. Okay, so for this part, all you're doing is you're gonna start, get your bluegrass drum going here. And then I'm gonna take my second finger here and I'm gonna drop it down at on the second string at the 3rd fret. You get a line and out. And then I take my pinky finger here, out. And I put it up to the 5th fret on the 2nd string. I'll do it for you. Again. to G7, or G rather. Then you go to G7. You drop your second finger down. You get a line in C7. I'll get a pull. Up to your F, same way. Down to the chord. You can go to your, take your third finger and you can drop it into an F7 here. Or you can drop it here on the second string at the third fret. Or you can drop it on the third fret on the first string. Okay, let me play that part through for you again. So if I go with the F7, if I just drop it down on the second string, if I wanted to drop it onto the first string, and then you go back to the C. G7, back to your C again. One more time. Oh, and then when you go back to your C, you can drop your second finger there too. Go to your G7 and back to the C. So go to the F again. Go back to the F. All right, there's the magic behind the chord melody part. All right, let's get into the tune now. Let's let it rip. Here we go. You get a line, I'll get a pole, honey. You get a line, I'll get a pole, babe. You get a line, I'll get a pole. We'll go down to the crawdad hole, honey, baby mine. Yonder comes a man with a sack on his back, honey. Yonder comes a man with a sack on his back, babe. Yonder comes a man with a sack on his back, carrying all the crawdads he can pack, honey, baby mine. Let's play it through. Well, what did the hen duck say to the drink, honey? What did the hen duck say to the drink, babe? What did the hen duck say to the drink? There ain't no crawdads in the lake, honey, baby mine. One more time through. So much fun. So I'll let you guys in on a little secret here. Sometimes I do these videos up and they take me forever to make. Not because I have to do a whole bunch of takes or whatever, but because I sit down and I keep playing these songs over and over and over because they're just a blast to play, and I never get down to the lesson part. So anyway, there's a little behind the scenes for you. That song is so much fun to play, folks. Work on this bluegrass strum thing because honestly, just take the time. When I say stop the video and practice that and do the little muted string thing, do it, because in a week you're going to be able to play this like that. And you're going to be able to really enjoy this style of playing. All right, folks, until we see you next time, keep smiling, keep strumming, have fun, maybe with one of these videos right over here. Bye for now.